Hey guys, Dwayne Bryant here from wagertalk.com, getting ready to bet some ponies here this afternoon. Thank you for tuning in with me. Um, just to get you guys up to speed on my normal routine with this, I do have an account at twinspires.com. That's where I will be placing my bets on these races. Love their site. I love the fact that after you make your bet, you can click video and watch the race right on your screen. Normally, I also watch these on DirecTV channel 602. It's the FanDuel channel. Pretty much has the races on from about noon Eastern every day until about the wee hours of the morning. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm already sharing my screen, although I hope it's much larger for you guys than it is for me. I'm going to try to keep track of comments as we go. I'm going to do pretty much all my thinking out loud here. I've got a routine that I follow. Uh, may not be a conventional handicapping method for some of the other horse players out there, but I got to do what works for me. And so, with that being said, I'm going to try to. I'm going to have to keep going back and forth between screens because I can't make the StreamYard screen any larger without getting rid of the comments. And I don't want to do that. I want to be able to see if comments come in. So I'm going to go ahead and see what race we have going on here first. Looks like we have 2 minutes till Delaware Park. And I only bet the thoroughbreds. I really do not like harness racing, so I'll be sticking with the thoroughbred races. Delaware Park is about to go off, so I don't have enough time. Usually I need, at least a few minutes to go through what I need to go through to come to a decision if I'm going to place a bet or not. And that window has closed on Delaware Park. It looks like it's 18 minutes till post at Thistledown Race 2. That is a track that I have definitely played before. So I've got some time here to break that one down. Maybe we'll just go to Delaware Park and see what they've got going on here. It looks like it's a nice field. Looks like they've got a 10-horse field here, so it should be the favorites 5-2. So that's, man, I wish I would have got in here sooner. This would be like a really good betting race. 6 furlongs on dirt, fast track. I don't really think I'm going to be able to make a decision fast enough. And again, and I said this on Twitter, I'm used to betting at post time or a minute till. So, if you want to tail, you're going to have your accounts open and ready to go because there isn't, and I know there's probably a 7-second delay or so between real time and the feeds on YouTube. So you're going to have to be ready to roll when I decide to pull the trigger here. Just not enough time to do this here at Delaware Park. Looks like the speed and the class in this race are the 1 and the 8. The 1 has taken some money. Morning line odds were 8-1. He's down to 9-2. That's one of the things I look at is where's the money going in relation to what the morning line was. The 8, not much movement. Morning line 9-5. He's down to 5-2. Looks like there's a key trainer in that race. I don't like to, even in 6 furlong races, I don't like to play the horses that look like they're going to be the pace setters. The speed doesn't generally hold up. Now, if I get to a race where the speed does hold up, I will definitely make a note of it for that track for that day. Just rarely is that the case in 6 furlongs or longer. Usually like somebody coming off of the pace. The 8 looks like he'll be just off the pace setters here. So, and he looks like he's got class and speed. So C Red, the 8 is the favorite at 2-1. If I could have got in quicker, I would have probably taken the 8, but just not enough time. So we'll just watch this one and see what happens. Normally, I don't mind betting a horse at 2 to 1. I don't generally like to bet any horses below that. And just with the method that I use to handicap these races, my bet is usually going to be on one of the top three choices. But if, if I land on the favorite and he's even money, I'll just pass. Normally, I like to look at the trainer and the jockey for the horses, and I have no idea the jockey trainer combo on this 8 horse. So just my 30-second read, the 8 being the favorite makes complete sense. We'll see how that pans out, and hopefully, then we'll be able to switch to the next track, and I'll have enough time to actually do a little digging. The 8's sitting pretty in second. All right, so the 8 died. He was sitting in really good shape and then just faded. Now I want to go back and see what the jockey trainer combo was on that 8. That was actually a really good combination there. I'm really surprised that that horse faded like it did. Looks like it's the first race at Delaware Park. All right, let's move on and see if we can't get some actual action here. We've still got 12 minutes till Thistle Down. Looks like that's the next one that I would be interested in. All right, so and I'm old school, guys. So like all this information, like I have to keep clicking between screens to get the information that I'm looking for. So I jot everything down on pen and paper. That's about as old school as it gets, I suppose. I'm gonna do that here in just a minute. All right, we got a looks like we got a nice healthy field here. One scratch, but still 8 runners. So I'm gonna go ahead and start jotting some stuff down here. So it looks like we're looking at 6 furlongs on the dirt, fast track. One is scratched. All right, so first thing I want to do is I want to look at the jockey trainer combos specifically the win percentages of these combinations, and I'm going to just jot those down. So the 2 comes in at 54%, the 3 at 31%, the 4 at 34%, 5 is 31%, 6 comes in at 40%, the 7 at 17%, and the jockey is 0 for 3, so it's not really a large sample size there. The trainer is okay at 17% on that one. We got a weak jockey trainer combo on the 8 at 16%. The 9 is decent at 36%. Next thing I want to do is I want to look at if there's any equipment changes on these horses. First time Lasix, blinkers on, blinkers off. Sometimes that makes all the difference. And I don't see any equipment changes to note. And I also keep track of how the age of these horses. And that's just one of my things here is that, like, the 2 horses 2 to 1 right now. It's a 9-year-old horse. I'm going to have to dig a little deeper into that because I usually like to play the younger horses in a race. It's just what's been working for me. So something I will stick with. So I'm just going to jot that down real quick. And this is pretty much like sports betting, guys. There's dozens of different ways you can break down a horse race. Everybody's got their own methodology, and if your methodology works for you, that's great. You do you, and I'll do me, and we'll all win, and that's really all that matters. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go under the class tab, and what I'm looking for here is days off. I don't like horses that are running their first race after a long layoff. I generally like my horses to be running, having run a race in the last 30 days. I'll go a little longer than that if I like the trainer and the trainer has a good record coming off a layoff. But normally I like my horses to have run in the last 30 days. The only one that hasn't is the 7 horse at 51 days. So I'll just make a note of that. And then we will go to, all right, tips is where it shows you here under the angles column. It shows you hot trainer, a horse that's excelled at this distance, a horse that's exiting a key race, which means it's coming out of a race where several other horses that were in that race went on to win their next race. Hot jockey, hot trainer, self-explanatory. Combo is when you have a hot jockey, hot trainer combo. A horse for the course. Horse for the course is a horse that has done really well at this particular race course. So I'm just going to make a note of some of this stuff real quick. The best. So the 2's got a nice jockey trainer combo there, and they're also very good at this distance apparently, which I'll dig more into that in a minute. Looks like we got a hot jockey on the 3, a hot trainer, and actually a combo on the 5. Well, the 6 horse is also 2 to 1. Looks like it's got the gauntlet, the hot jockey, the hot trainer, the combo, best distance, horse for the course. It's got everything. No wonder it's 2 to 1. That's down from the morning line of 7 to 2. So it's getting some money. And the only thing I can already tell that that's the 6. Yeah, that's the 6. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna jot that down. Looks like we got a horse for the course here in number 8. I definitely don't like the jockey trainer combo on the 8, so I can already tell I won't be on that one. Now the next thing I'm looking at is the top screens up here. I don't care about their picks. What I care about is the speed, the class, and the pace. Those are the things I'm interested in. So looks like the top speed in the race is 326. Top class is same horses, different order. Top pace is 653. And again, I don't want the horse that's going to be on the supposedly is going to be on the pace here now. Just in using this website for a while, they're usually very accurate with this stuff. So I'm none of an issue taking their word for it here. So it looks like the 6 horse is not is going to be on the pace, probably the lead. So that is definitely a horse I don't want. Now, like I said before, if we watch this race and the 6 horse ends up gate to wiring this field, I'll make a note that, hey, at Thistledown, 6 furlongs, the speed held up. Maybe that's just the way the track is going to go that day. Usually that's not the case. At least it hasn't been my experience, but we'll find out soon enough. So going back through now, the 2 has potential. So I'll click there and look at some past performances. So at TDN Thistledown, so this is a horse that regularly runs this track. Now I'm a win place better. I don't get into the exactas, trifectas, daily doubles, and all that exotic stuff. That's not my bag. I'm a win place better. So I'm looking at first and second place finishes here. And I like what I see here. This horse has 4 wins in 4 seconds and 15 starts at Thistledowns. I'm definitely liking that. This horse, if you look up here, has won 5 out of 7 races this year already. Very impressive. This distance, basically a win every 3 races in the first or second half the time. That's encouraging. On a dirt track, again, pretty good results there. Just ran on May 10th. Wow, this horse has actually won. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races in a row. Wow. I don't know that I want to. I'm not a streak. I don't buck streaks when it comes to the sports, and I don't know that I'm a streak bucker when it comes to the horses either. So I'm going to definitely jot that down. 5 wins in a row. That's pretty impressive. So let's go look at. We still have 3 minutes to post here. The three looks like it's going to be just off the pace. Rates highest in speed. One of the top class horses. So the 3 is definitely worth a look. Let me go back to the 2 for a second. It doesn't list any negatives that I would have missed. So I'm going to go to the 3 here real quick. Now, this is actually kind of odd. It says for a negative that it's moving up in class from the last start, but it is still listed as the 3rd top class in the race. Also won the last race by 4 3/4 lengths on a muddy track. So now that's interesting to me. This horse, if you look here, off, that means an off track. So like a muddy track, this horse is 5 wins out of 10 races on a muddy track. So that explains that there, but we're not on a muddy track here, so I'm probably going to pass on that one. The only other one that gets my eye here is the 6, but the 6 is gonna be the pace in this race apparently. So I'm thinking that the play here is the 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and place my bet now. So if you want to go ahead and tail me, I am gonna do my win place bet on number 2, Cat's Rhythm. And I usually like to wait to bet to the last minute because I want to have an idea of what the odds are going to be. There's nothing I hate more than betting early and thinking that I'm getting, you know, 4 to 1 odds, and all of a sudden at post time it's even money, and that's happened more often than you'd think. So at 3 to 1, like I said, I don't anything 2 to 1 or better. And there's a lot of times I'll bet 2 to 1, and then till the race actually goes off, it's even money. So it's just one of the things you just don't know. You just go with it. So now we're down to 5 to 2 already. So I don't know. We're gonna roll with the two here. Cat's Rhythm should be coming off the pace. Should have the speed to get there. Should have the class to get there. The horse has won 5 straight. I'm not going to buck that trend. I mean, even if the horse hadn't won 5 straight, just what I've seen here and looking at what I've been looking at, I think this horse has a legit shot here. Definitely worth the price. So let's pull up the feed here and we'll watch this one. Now we're down to 2 to 1. So we were 3 to 1 when we bet it. Now we're down to 2 to 1 already. And a lot of that is just that people don't want to bet the favorite. So when they last minute decision, they'll bet the second favorite kind of thing. So that happens a lot. So I'm not really surprised. Won't even be surprised if it drops even more because people will still have time to bet here before they get them in the gate. And actually, I'm going to jump out here real quick. So we still have some time. I just want to check the feed here. So guys, I don't know if you're making any comments. I'm looking at my StreamYard screen. I don't see any comments. I'm also looking at YouTube on my phone, and I haven't seen any. Yeah, that comment I just got, TGC65. I am aware. I have had a website issue that I've been dealing with all day. I've been on chat with the website host and also with the domain name registrar with the domain name servers. I've been going back and forth with them. I think we probably have the problem solved, but now it just takes time for the site to come back up everywhere. So I apologize for that inconvenience, but it should be back on there shortly. All right, let me go back here. I don't want to miss this race. All right, we should be shortly here. Oh, we're back to 5 to 2. That's good. I like that. I like that. I'll take that. Best thing that can happen to us. The 6 is supposed to be on the pace. I hope there's another horse that pushes him so he tires late. And this 2 should come off the pace here. We shall see. All right. There we go. 6 is doing what 6 is supposed to do. I didn't expect the 2 to be that far back this early, though. I was hoping he was going to stay just behind the leaders, but we shall see. Yeah, they might not catch it as 6. He's checking out. Yeah, I don't know about this 2. He's not I didn't expect him to be that far back. And now he's gonna try to go 5 wide and rally. That usually doesn't work too well. Nope. 2 comes late for 5th. That's not gonna get it done. Yeah, I didn't expect the 2 to be that far back at the start. I mean, he came out good, but then he dropped back, and I'm not really sure. I mean, he wasn't listed as one of the top 3 pace horses. So let's go to the next, and this is pretty much my everyday process. I'll bet a race, we'll watch it, and then I'll move on to the next one. Damn it, I missed Belterra. Belterra Park, I don't even know where that is, but that's one of the tracks I've had a lot of luck with, and that race is going to post time right now. So darn it, I missed that one. I need to keep an eye on when that next Belterra race 4 is going to go off because I definitely want to go back and hit that one. Let's see. Looks like 9 to post at Delaware Park. Yeah. I haven't had much luck with Delaware Park, so looks like I picked a bad day to do this stream because my Horseshoe Indianapolis, I've had some luck there, but they're 44 minutes till post. And that's the only thing about trying to do a live stream is I don't mind staying on for a while, but it's just so long in between races. And honestly, I don't like to hear myself talk that much, to be perfectly honest with you guys. So, if you guys want to hit me up in the chat and uh yeah, I don't know. Well, let's check out Delaware. It's the only thing we got going close to now. Wow. So we got a 4-5 favorite on the rail right out of the gate, and there's 2 scratches out of the first 5. So it's only a 6-horse field to begin with. I mean, I don't mind betting a 6-horse field either if I can get the price I want. I mean, if I end up saying the 1 is the play, I'm going to pass because I'm not betting it at 4-5. That I'm just not doing. Fred says Scherzer's down 2-0. Well, I'm a Phillies fan, so that works for me. I didn't bet the game, so go Phillies. Speaking of which, all right, now that's what I do like to see. Got to keep track of my play. The only game I played today was the first 5 innings. The Toronto Blue Jays minus a half run at minus 125. I see they're up 3-0 after the first inning. Love it. Just got to make sure my pitcher started so the bet isn't voided. All right, yeah, Peralta gave up 2 homers already. Nice. And Gaussman, yep. 2 strikeouts in the first inning already. That's a good sign. All right, so I'm just going to have to keep track of that also. All right, let's go back to Delaware Park. Let me see if I can make a case for one of these horses here, other than the 1, unless the 1's odds drop. Uh, so let's go back. So the 1 and 2 is scratched. We've got a 3, a 4. Then we've got the 5 scratched. We got 6, 7, and 8. All right, so jockey trainer combos is always where I start. Looks like we've got a good one here in the 1, of course. I could throw that one out, but I guess I can't. 34% on the 3, 34% on the 4. Those aren't terrible numbers. 19% on the 6. And again, I'm just adding the win percentage of the jockey and the trainer together. And I don't like the number I'm seeing for the 6. Very nice number on the 7. So I'm hoping I can make a case for that one. I'm never going to bet a horse just because of the jockey and the trainer, but that's a good start. 28%. And I'd usually like to see better, especially out of the jockey at only 10%, but we'll see what the rest of this breakdown shows. I'm looking for, oh man, this one is killing me here. Blinkers on. That's equipment change on the 1. And a lot of times a horse does really well with the blinkers, with that switch to blinkers on. So the case for the 1 gets stronger. I'm probably going to end up passing this race, but we shall see. All right, so the 1 has raced inside 30 days. That's a plus in my eyes. The 3 and the 4 are coming off long layoffs. So unless they have a trainer that has a good history coming off long layoffs, those are going to be a pass. 78-day layoff on the 6, and I already don't like the jockey trainer combo on that one, so that one's probably out. All right, no such layoff issues for the 7 or the 8. 39 days, I'll mark it, but it's not terrible. So let's look at, looks like the 8's exiting a key race. And again, that means that it's coming out of a race where several other horses that were in that race won in their next time out. So really nothing here as far as angles to look at. So now I'm just going to jot down the speed, the class, and the pace here. It looks like the speed is going to be 813. Class, same horses, different order. Pace looks like it's going to be the 6, the 8, and the 7. Well, this is a 6 furlong against dirt, fast track. I'm liking that the 6 is going to be the pace because I don't like that horse anyway. I don't like the jockey trainer combo. I don't like the layoff factor. I'd like a horse to come off the pace. I'm really surprised. I can't take the 3 with that long layoff. I'm going to check and make sure that the trainer doesn't have a good record off a layoff and nothing's listed, so that means no. Same with the 4. I can pretty much get rid of those. I'm not betting the 1 at even money. I don't care how good it looks. The 7 is going to be on the pace, and it has a good jockey trainer combo. So the 7 has potential. So unless the 1's odds drop, it looks like it's going to have to be the 7 or the 8. Let me take a look at the 8. Alpha Whiskey. You should bet it just for the name. So he's winning place twice out of 3 races this year. Only 1 winner place out of 6 races on the dirt. Don't like that. Does have 2 out of 5 win place at the distance, so that's a plus. Looks like this horse is one that likes the slop, which we don't have in this case. So let me look at the 7. Didn't hit the board in either start at this distance. First time running at Delaware Park. don't really know how I feel about that. No wins and one place in 4 starts this year. Coming from Pimlico and Laurel Park. I just don't know if I see enough on this 7 to go ahead and make a bet on it. I'm going to look at the actual speed. Yeah, I don't see enough here. I don't see enough here to play this one. The 1 looks like it's going to be the winner, and at even money, I just can't. I just can't get involved with that. And this is pretty much, I've been on now for over half an hour. This is pretty much when I'm betting the horses. I'm here for an entire afternoon, and this is pretty much what the process is like. I'm just bouncing from track to track, breaking them down. Sometimes I'll play, sometimes I'll pass. If you guys know me, I'm a low volume sports bettor. It's really no different with me and the horses. I mean, I've got to get my horse at the price I want before I'm going to get involved here. And I'd love to make a case for the 7 or the 8. It looks like the 8 would be the better play over the 7. I'm not going to do it, which means it'll probably win. But I just can't get past the fact that he's only got 1 place out of 6 races on the dirt, no wins. I do like the 2 out of 3 win place, though, this year overall. But the horse hasn't run at Delaware Park, so you don't know how is the horse going to take to the track. That's a question mark. I'd like to at least have seen 1 race at the track. Don't see one. Let's just see how this one plays out. And what do I got next? Where's that Belterra track? That's the one that I've had a lot of luck with. There's still 21 minutes of post there. I'll probably do that one. I'll stay on as long as a few of you guys are going to hang around with me, because this is what I would be doing right now anyway. I'm the catch-22 because I don't like to hear myself talk constantly, but there's so much time in between races, and I hate dead air. So it'd actually be nice if there was someone here with me so I wouldn't have to do all the talking. We got Thistle Downs 12 minutes till post. All right, so yeah, we'll be able to hit Thistle Downs and still. Looks like this Delaware Park. I want to see the end of this race because I want to see if the 7 or the 8 can beat that 1. Oh, wow, the 4. All right, well we missed it, but the 4 was not. The 4 was one of those layoff race horses, 167-day layoff. There's no way in hell I would have bet that horse 10-1. Hey, if they had it, good for whoever had that, good for them. But there's no way in hell I'm playing a horse that's been off for like almost half a year. I'm just not doing it. So yeah, that horse was not on my radar at all, and that pretty much explains why I haven't had any luck. And I keep track, and I have a list here of all the tracks that I bet and what my ROI is at each track. And I haven't done well at Delaware Park, so that's why I was, since I wasn't 100% sure about the race, I passed. That's why, because Delaware Park hasn't been a track that's been kind to me, so I am not going to roll the dice when it comes to Delaware Park. Thistle Downs. Thistle Downs has been a decent track for me. Not great, but we'll see what they got going on here. A starter optional claiming 5.5 furlongs. Fast dirt track for this one. 6-horse field. And it looks like this is going to be a good betting race because look at these odds right now. 7-2, 5-2, 4-1, 3-1, 7-2. The long shot here is 9-1. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dig into this one because this should be a good betting race. No matter who I land on, I should get decent odds. So this is Thistle Downs, race 3. We've got 6 horses. All right, I'm going to start like I always do. I'm going to look at these jockey trainer combos. I'm looking at the win percentages of these combos. And I'm just jotting these down. And then the next thing I'm looking at is the equipment changes, which I'm surprised. I guess the one horse in that last race at Delaware Park didn't like to switch to blinkers on. Let's see what I can find here. Well, no equipment changes of note in this race, so we'll move on. Look for the layoff. Looks like the only 31 days, that's fine. Looks like the only one that's had a layoff is the 4-horse, 66 days. But again, if they've got the right trainer and they've got a trainer that has a good track record on a layoff of around this time frame, it's one thing I like about the Twin Spires website. It'll tell you that. So let's go look in here. All right, so it looks like we've got a hot jockey on the 1. 3 best distance, which I'll look at the past performance and see what that's all about. Horse for the course for the 4, so that's the layoff horse. But it looks like it's a horse that really takes to Thistle Downs, so we'll have to consider that. 6 has the daily double here. The best distance and is a horse for the course, so that'll definitely be worth a look. There isn't really a bad jockey trainer combo in this race. It looks like between the 6 horses, the worst is a 24% win rate, jockey plus trainer, and the highest is 33%. So nothing glaring sticks out there. Now let's look at the speed, the class, and the pace here. It looks like the speed, 254. Class is 352. The pace is 162. So that pretty much explains to me why this looks like such a good betting race with the long shot. The long shot right now is 5-1. That's now just like that, it goes to 7-1. But yeah, this looks like a good. The favorite's 2-1, and even that I could live with if I end up on that one. We've got 6 minutes till post. It's 5.5 furlongs, and I don't know. Let's see. I think the first race we watched. Yeah. All right. So looks like the 1 is supposed to be on the pace, and even at a 5.5 furlongs, I really don't want to be out of the gate first. I usually like to be right behind the leaders, just off the pace. Class, pace. So I'm going to look at the pace ratings here. So pace is supposed to be 162 according to this. But it looks like the 3 would be right there with the 2. I certainly don't want a horse that's going to be far off the pace in a 5.5 furlong race. Let's look at the 2. I like the fact that the 2's got a high speed rating. He's also one of the top class horses in the race. He's ranked 3rd in pace, which means he shouldn't be out there with the leaders. If this plays out like it should, and the 1 and the 6 set the pace, the 2 can stalk right behind them, let them tire each other out. Let's look at this. One thing I didn't write down. So I'm going to look at the 2 horse here in just a second. Ooh, that 6 is a 10-year-old. All right, let's see what Auger has here. Finished 3rd versus similar in last race. Failed as the favorite in the last race. So this is a horse that hasn't run at Thistle Downs. So that's a negative in my eyes. I don't like that. Distance, 3 wins, 3 places out of 19 races. It's hit the board in all 6 races this year. But where were they? Mountaineer Park, Mahoning Valley. Looks like this was a Mahoning Valley horse. Went to Mountaineer last time, was the odds-on favorite and finished 3rd, beating him a length and 3/4. But it was a sloppy track. So, I mean, this horse does have a good record on an off track, though. So maybe it just didn't like. Looks like the wins here were at 6 furlongs. So it wins at 6 furlongs, then they go to 3 furlongs. 5.5 furlongs. He finishes 3rd. They go back to 6 furlongs. They go back to winning. Then they go back to 5.5 furlongs and end up 3rd again. So this horse doesn't seem to. You wouldn't think that a half a furlong would make much of a difference, but maybe it does with this horse. The 4 was a horse off a layoff, but 66 days isn't terrible. Always far back in the last start. What about the 3? It says the best distance for the 3. Well, 4 wins out of 10 races at this distance, 6 out of 10 win place, 3 out of 7 win place on the dirt. Has raced at Thistle Downs, finished 3rd twice. Finished 3rd versus similar in the last race. We're down to 1 minute till post. So this 6 horse, it's 7 wins out of 21, 11 out of 21 win place, 14 win place out of 23 races on dirt. Wow. In the money 8 out of 11 times with Thistle Downs, 6 out of 11 win place. says may improve poor jockey win percentage of this meet. Showed declining form and speed in the last start. That was a 6 furlong. He won in the slop. Second 5.5 furlongs on the fast dirt. The 6 isn't getting any money. Morning line odds were 5-2. He's down to 6-1. 4 has taken some money. The 3 is the 2-1 favorite right now. Yeah. Things just aren't lining up for me here. I lean to the 2 horse here. I just don't like that he's never run at Thistle Downs. You don't know how they're going to take to the track. He's only 2 wins out of 20 races on dirt. So it sucks, but I'm going to pass on this one. How much time do we have? We've got 7 minutes till Belterra. So I'm going to skip that Thistle Downs race. Belterra is a track where I've had a lot of luck. So I'm going to go to that one. And hopefully it's a good field. Oh, are you kidding me? It's a 4-horse race. Well, that sucks. That sucks. I mean, I usually like there to be at least 6 horses in a race. The odds are just going to suck for this 4-horse race here at Belterra. No, I'm going to go. I want to see this Thistle Downs. Like I said, I was leaning to the 2 horse here at Thistle Downs. I want to see how this plays out. And again, this is hit or miss. I mean, it's hit or miss with these tracks. You know, you got to have the timing's got to be right. Like I said, I was leaning to the 2 here. We'll see what happens. I didn't bet it. I didn't like the fact that the horse never ran at Thistle Downs. You don't know how the horse is going to take to the track. Two's in a nice spot if he has enough to get there. Yeah. So the 2 ends up third. That was a tough run there. He turned that last corner, got to the rail, But then he had to come out 4 wide, and it was, he tried to rally and did rally for third. But when he had to go from the rail out 4 wide, that was the end of that one. Just, not the best trip there. So let's 4-horse race. That's a shame. I waited for this race. I guess I should have looked ahead of time. Six furlongs, dirt, fast track. No equipment changes. I'm just winging through this one real quick because I don't think I'm betting this. I don't like the. Wow, there isn't a good jockey trainer combo among these 4 horses. Jockey 7% win rate on the 2. Yeah, these are. This is slim pickings in this race, not just because of the amount of horses. I mean, I guess somebody's got to win it, but there's got to be better investments to be made at the track today than this one. What's going on? Horseshoe Indianapolis, that's another track I've done well at. We got 14 minutes to post there. Nine minutes at Delaware Park. So Delaware Park hasn't been good to me, so it's a nice field here, though. 12 horses. Fred says 2-1 Phillies. All right. Quick check my Toronto game here. All right, that's still 3-0. End of the third inning, so I've got 2 innings to go there. That's looking good. Figured Gaussman would be sharp today. Got an extra day's rest. Still pissed that I had him pegged last game and still lost, but sometimes that happens. Yeah, this is a 12-horse field, huh? I don't know if 8 minutes is enough time for me to get through it when I'm trying to. Oh, this is maiden claiming, and it's on the turf. All right. Look out. Not a big fan of maiden races, but sometimes if you get a good jockey trainer combo on a first-time starter, I've had some luck with that. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's a horrible jockey trainer combo on the 1. And an excellent jockey trainer combo on the 2. No surprise, these morning line odds were 6-1, but he's now the 2-1 favorite, so he's got some money on him. 19% on the 3, 30% on the 4, 28% on the 5. 23% on the 6. Eight and 9 aren't terrible. Man, it's not a good trainer jockey combo on the 10. All right. So right off the bat, I see we have blinkers off on number 1. And to be honest, I don't really care because I don't like the jockey trainer combo. The jockey is 6%, and the trainer has one place, no wins out of 21 starts. So I've got absolutely no faith in that one. Probably cross that off right off the bat. And looks like we're getting blinkers on the 8, so that's something to keep an eye on. It's a decent jockey trainer combo, and on the 8, not great. I'm not seeing any other equipment changes. Any first time starters in here? Nope. Wow. The 3 horse has basically been off for an entire year. Well, that's going to take me right off of that one. 48-day layoff on the 4. I'll have to see. Well, it's about a 6-month layoff on the 5. So I can cross that one off right now. It's basically a year layoff on the 6. I can get rid of that one as well. $47-day layoff. It's not. These are maidens. 6-month layoff on the 10. Wasn't a fan of that jockey trainer combo to begin with, so I can cross that one right off. The 3 is a 6-year-old maiden. The 2 is the 2-1 favorite, and he's a 5-year-old maiden. 0 for 15. And that's the 2-1 favorite here. Never raced at Delaware Park. I'm not seeing why that horse is getting all the money. Maybe somebody knows something I don't. All right, so the 3 exiting a key race. The horse hasn't run for a year, so it says key trainer on the 5, and sometimes those trainers are good at bringing horses in off a long layoff. The 5 has been off for roughly 6 months. And here it says 36% trainer, 90 plus days away. So, maybe the 5 isn't terrible, given he's got a trainer that's got a good record there on layoffs. The 6's trainer is decent on a layoff, but I still don't see myself getting involved with either one of them. It looks like the speed is 2:10.9. The class is 2:98. And the pace is going to be 1:32. Well, I don't like the 1 anyway. Mile is 16th. What's up with this 9 horse? He's got some speed and some class. Cape Cod Summer. He's a 3-year-old. Dam has 3 winners from 4 starters and 3 turf winners, so that's definitely breeding suggests that he's going to like the grass. He's never raced at a route distance. Yeah. So the 6 has some pluses there. I like, especially when it comes to maidens, I like the fact that the breeding suggests that he's going to take to the grass. So even though he's not been on the grass, we're talking maidens here. So at 3-1, I might be willing to take a shot on him. I don't like the 10 off the layoff. That's the 9 Cape Cod Summer that I was looking at that has the breeding. I'm not a big fan of the trainer. I'm going to go ahead Yeah, poor first on grass trainer record. No wins in 19 starts, but you don't know what the breeding was on the horse. I like the breeding. I'm not going to bet it because the horse has not actually raced on the turf. I would have liked to have at least seen one turf run to see if the horse indeed did take the turf. The breeding suggests that he'll take to the turf. How much time do I have? I'm going to switch. And I'm going to have to do this one real quick because there's 4 minutes of post time, but I've had a lot of luck at Horseshoe Indianapolis. So I'm going to go through that one real quick. I'm not going to write anything down because it's going to take too long, even though that's my normal process. We've got a pair of 2-1 co-favorites right now. Six has been off for 2 months. So this horse ran a 15,000 claimer at Turfway Park and won by a neck, and now he's coming to Indy and dropping down to 5,000. That's interesting. His trainer, though, 50% when he drops off a win. Don't know about the layoff, though. So this is 6. Ooh, this is a muddy track. I'm glad I saw that. That's going to change things a little bit here. We need a mutter. So that opens things up here. That horse hasn't hit the board on the off track. The 1. That's a third out of 2 races. Not this 5. 5 has a win and a place out of 4 starts on an off track. He's finished second in 2 starts at Indy. That's a good sign. The 5 horse has some potential here. A win in his only start at the distance, but he hasn't raced on an off track and he hasn't raced at Indy, so that's a double whammy on the 6 horse at 2-1. And the 5 is now the 8-5 favorite. I don't know that I want to. I do like that he's got experience at Indy with a second. I like that he's got a good record on an off track, a win and a place out of 4 starts. Okay at the distance, 3 wins in places combined out of 9 starts. It might just be a case of which horse likes the mud the most. That horse hasn't finished in 3 starts on mud. 3 Horse has a win and a third on an off track. Clocker special means he's got a good recent workout speed. Oh, this trainer is 1 out of 14 though. I really would like to see something. If that trainer was any better. Ran second in his last race. Likes the off track. Never ran at Indy though, but he likes the off track. This horse likes Indy, seems to like the mud. This is the second start since I'm going to take a shot on this 5. I'm going to try the 5 here. All right, my bet is in. 20 to win in place on the 5. Lake Tahoe. It's a decent jockey trainer combo, at least decent for this race. Might be the best in the bunch. And, he's got that history. Likes the off track. Finished second out of 2 races at Indy. We'll see what happens. Let's pull this feed up here. Looks like it's going to be a couple minutes till they're actually ready to roll. Yeah, I'll take my chances on that 5 at 5-2. Yeah, this 3 is 2 to 1, but it had a sharp workout May 25th. Sometimes those are ones to keep an eye on. Showed declining form and speed in his last start, but he does show some good running on an off track. So I don't know. He's only 2 for 24 lifetime, and he hasn't run at Indy, which is one reason why I stayed off. That and the trainer being 1 for 14. The only other one getting any money is the 6, and he hasn't raced in more than 2 months. And he hasn't raced on an off track either. He won his only race at the distance, but it wasn't on an off track, and he's never raced at Indy. So the 5 is the only way I could look in this one. We'll see if it pans out. And of course, the 5 is down to 2 to 1. Let's see how it plays out. That was disappointing. Let me go back and look at this 6 again. Oh, that was a layoff horse. That's yeah. So I mean, he was 1 for 1 at the distance, but he'd never raced on an off track, according to this. He was 2 for 4 lifetime, which I guess I should have factored into that. Yeah, Lake Tahoe showed that he liked the off track, but he didn't have it for this one. Let's see where I can go next. Thistledown, Belterra. There we go. We're 9 minutes to post, but that's a 4 horse race. Is that the same 4 horse race, or is this another 4 horse race? No, this is a second. How many horses do they have at this track today? Let me go back to the beginning. What the hell is going on here? No. 5. So the 5 horse race in race 1. 5 horse race in race 2. I guess this isn't a good day to want Belterra. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we had a good 9 horse field in race 3. Yeah, looks like a 7-2 shot came in there. The outside posts 11-10, 11-10-9. So only one of their races so far had any kind of decent field. Isn't that that's a 4 horse race? And then the one that's coming up is another 4 horse race. What about the one after that? 8. 8 horse. Well, I can work with that, but that's got a ways to go, and I don't know if I'll be on long enough for that one. What else do we got going on? A UK track. No, yeah. See, this is where now all of the European. We got the UK. We got Ireland. Those tracks are now kicking in today. So really, there's Thistle Downs, but there's only 2 minutes till post. It's 5.5 furlongs, fast track. Blinkers off on the 7. Excellent trainer on the 3. And of course, that's the 5-2 favorite. Not a bad combination on the outside 2 horses. Don't like the jockey trainer combo on the 5. Don't care if it's 5-2. Don't like it. Oh, 3 is a first time starter. As is the 4 and the 1. So the first time starter is the 2-1 favorite right now. Imagine that. Well, again, it's got the 38% trainer there, so first time starter, only 6% sire win rate with first time starters. But the Dam has 2 winners from 2 starters. 60. Well, this trainer is 61% with a first time starter. So the 3, huh? Hmm. Yeah, I'm not playing this one, but it's interesting. It's always interesting to me when a first time starter is the favorite in a race, in a maiden race. Like I said, I've had luck with first time starters and good trainers, and the three definitely fits here. You know, it's probably too late anyway, but what the hell? You guys didn't tune in to see me sit here, so screw it. No guts, no glory, right? I mean, not really guts, but if it was guts, I'd be playing the two horse at 46-1, but let's just see what dance drama has this first time starter. 3-2 Mets, huh, Fred? Nah, not surprising. This is about what the Phillies did last year. I think they were like 21-29 at this point. Oh, it's like I've got a little time here. Let me go check my game again. Oh, it's a winner. End of the fifth inning. Toronto's still 3-0. Those three runs in the first inning held up. All right. Maybe it's not my day at the track, but at least I got a winner on the diamond. Let's get the video back up here. Dance drama. First time starter. Didn't want to see these two out front because they're going to duel each other to death and allow somebody to close, and somebody is flying on the outside. And if that's whoever that is going to win this thing. The three ran himself out early. Looked like 9-5. So the nine. Again, these were all the favorites that came in. And again, I took a shot on the first time starter. The trainer had a good record with first time starters. Sometimes you just take a shot. That one didn't pay off. That nine horse was 0 for 9. I always like to look afterwards and see. Like I said at the beginning that the 3-9 and the 10 had a good jockey trainer combo. But I went with the first time starter and it didn't work out. Some days you eat the bear and some days the bear eats you. Well, looks like, what do I got here? Looks like I got 13 minutes to Horseshoe Indianapolis, which is one of my better tracks. So I'm going to hang around for that race yet, and then I'm going to take off. Let's see what we got cooking over here. Again, the dirt is good condition. This was mud earlier, so apparently it's improved from muddy to good. Looks like we got a 7-horse field. Looks like another good betting race, as other than the 7. At this point, nobody's below 5-2. So since I've got time, I'm going to go ahead and go through my normal process of jotting everything down like the old timer I am. So we got 28% combo on the 1, 35, 33 on the 3, 32 on the 4. So some decent combos here. 29 on the 5, 28 on the 6. And that jockey doesn't have a single race under his belt. That's interesting. No, it's the 51-1 shot, so trainer's no gem either at 3 for 23. You can just get rid of that one right out of the gate. Don't even have to look anymore at that. It's a 6-horse race as far as I'm concerned right now. Equipment changes. Looks like we've got blinkers on the 5. It's the only equipment change I see. All right, let's look at layoff. Well, that 7 is really 227-day layoff on top of having a first-time jockey and a trainer that doesn't have a good record, and good Lord. So the only one that's been off of the top 6 that's been off longer than a month is the 2, and 46 days isn't terrible. So looks like there's a hot trainer on the 1. We got a hot jockey trainer combo on the 3, or a combo that has performed well together. It's like the 4 has another good combo and is also a horse for the course, which means it has performed well at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Key trainer on the 5. Looks like the 6 likes this distance and also likes this track, so that's got to be considered as well. Looks like the speed here is 5, 4, 6. The class is 6, 5, and 2. The pace 6, 3, 2. So 6 furlongs, good track. Well, I don't want the pace. Right now, the pace is the 5-2 favorite. That's number 6. But it is best distance and horse for the course. So let's look into that a little bit. We've got 8 minutes. Let's see. Ran second last race, but was the favorite in that race. Poor trainer win percentage. So if I go back, I wouldn't. 16% is not poor. I mean, I'd like to usually see a little better than that, but I mean, in this field, it's the second lowest. But I mean, 20% is top in this race, so usually liking these shorter races, 6 furlongs. Like the 2 is going to be off the pace and it's one of the class horses, but I don't know why it's listing. Three. Yeah, that 2's 6 at 101 early pace rating. That horse is definitely should be setting the pace, and then there's a bunch behind it. And I just don't like that. I mean, I want to like the 2, but I don't like the fact that he might be in an early speed duel with the 6. Let's look at this 5. 5's got class. He's got speed. Pace wise, definitely be coming off the pace. Yeah, I'm looking at this 5. 5's got blinkers on and a key trainer. I might be talking myself into this 5 horse here. Now watch, he's 7-2, and now that I open my mouth, let's see what happens. Actually went back for 1. Yeah, I mean, I like the 2 also. The 2, I like the 2 and the 5. I'm not crazy about the 46-day layoff on the 2. It's just not what I like to do. Let me see. He's got a poor record at this distance. It's only 1 for 14 at the distance. 3 out of 14 win place at the distance. Has never raced at Horseshoe. I mean, yeah. So that's tough to say there. So this is definitely a wide open betting race. Let me look at that 5 again. 1 out of 2 wins, 1 out of 2 on the distance. He even won and has only started on off track. Hasn't raced at Horseshoe. I really wish I'd have seen at least one race at Horseshoe, but this horse ran at Churchill Downs within the last 30 days. Well, outclassed there. Finished 8th at 37-1 odds. That was at a mile. We're only talking 6 furlongs here. So again, at the distance, he's got to win in 2 tries. Yeah, I'm leaning 5 here. I'm not overly thrilled with the jockey trainer combo though. It's an 11% jockey. Trainer's okay. And God knows you should never change your mind, but what's up with this 4-horse? He's moving up in class from his last start. He has a win in his only start at Horseshoe Indy, which was an allowance race his last time out. Was the 8-5 favorite, probably, and did win it. Won his only start on an off track. So won his only start on an off track, won his only start at Horseshoe Indy. 4 for 8 win place lifetime, 4 out of 8. Win and place, 1 win, 1 place in 2 starts this year. And that's the 3. Man, this is tough. I like the 5 and I like the 3 here. Yeah. 4-horse. Likes Indy. Don't know how it's okay on off track. Like I said, I usually go for the younger horses in the field. 3 of the 5. What am I going to do here? That 5, I just think we have a better jockey trainer combo on the 3. I'm going to bet the 3. Don't wait up. Which means the 5 will probably win. All right, my bet's in. It's the best, one of the better jockey trainer combos in this race, and this combo has been hot the last 14 days. You can see there 5 wins, 3 places out of 16 races, or 4 in the last 2 weeks. Probably the only negative is that I don't like it. Usually, he only won his last start, but again, it was Horseshoe Indianapolis, so that's what I like to see. So let's see where we're at here. It's definitely a wide open race outside of that 8-5 favorite. You got 2 at 4-1, 3 at 4-1, 4 at 9-2, 5 at 5-1. Even the 1 is 8-1. So we'll see what happens. I'm on the 3. Which means the 5 that I was originally on is probably going to win. We'll see. I don't know what they're waiting for there. But Let's see something real quick here. So right now we are the second choice at 7-2. I never bet two horses in the same race, but I almost feel like I should bet the 5 because I don't know. Key trainer and they switching to blinkers on. I've seen that combination win so many times, but all right. Well, they're still loading. I'm going to see if there's anything else coming up here. We got Belterra in 12 minutes. And that's a good field. 1-5 favorite. Great. So I'll probably stick around for that Belterra race and then I'll sign off. Because by that time it'll be about 2 hours that I've been on. Don't wait up. Number 3. Don't take the lead. Oh my God. All right, sit right there. So the 12-1 shot is in a photo finish with the 5. Of course, like I said, I somehow talked myself off the 5 with the key trainer and the blinkers on. Don't know why I did that. No races at Indy. 1 out of 2 at the distance. 1 out of 1 on the off track. Good's not terrible though. So yeah, I mean, it came down to 2 horses for me, and I switched to the 3, and it cost me. Sometimes that happens. Definitely not my day at the track, but it's just like betting on anything else. Some days are good, some days aren't, and you just got to roll with it. So I've got one more in me here. We got 9 minutes to post at Belterra. This is a track I normally do well in, so I'll see what I can come up with here. This will be the last one of the day for me. Looks like we've got 5 furlongs on the turf. We've got a 1-5 favorite already. So, well, that 1-5 favorite's got a pretty good jockey trainer combo. No surprise there. You pretty much take the 2 right out of the equation. That combo is horrible. 3 is okay. 4 is not bad. Not a fan of the 5s combo there. Pretty good on the 6. That one may stay in consideration. Not so hot on the 7. And definitely not so hot on the 8. Hopefully this time I won't talk myself off of a winning ticket. So any equipment changes here? I'm not seeing any. Let's look at layoffs. Wow. A 1-5 favorite that has been laid off for basically 9 months. Don't care about the 2. 3 and a 4 are good. The 6, 36 days, that's good. So yeah, the layoff. I mean, this trainer better be really good with horses on a 9-month layoff. Let's see if he is. Doesn't say anything about the trainer being any good on a long layoff like that. So, well, although there is the old Clocker special, which means the horse had a really fast workout recently. So that might change things a little bit. I'm still not betting it, but A, I ain't betting a horse at 1-5, and B, I'm not betting a horse that hasn't run in 9 months. So we got a hot jockey and a hot trainer on the 3. And it also is a horse for the course, meaning this horse does well at Belterra. Hot jockeys on the 4 and the 6. The other horses I don't care about. So it looks like the speed is 1, 8, and 4. And I don't like the 8 at all. Class is 4, 1, 8. And again, I don't like the 8 at all. And the pace is 1, 8, and 4. So it's the 3 horses, same horses, all in different order for speed, class, and pace. Even in a 5 furlong race, I hate to be the horse out front, and the 1 is going to be the one out front. So basically, At now 2-5, you're telling me this horse is going to gate the wire of this field, and in 5 furlongs, it's certainly not out of the question. And it by far has the strongest jockey trainer combo in this field. So it's going to be tough to bet against it. So let's look at the 3, which is a horse for the course. But this horse is moving up in class, and I got burned on that in the last race. His last race was on the slop, and he won. And if you look, 5 races on an off track, he's got 3 wins in a second. So this horse likes it off track, but unfortunately we're on turf and it's not an off track. So this horse seems to like turf though too. 4 wins in a second in 12 starts. Also seems to love Belterra Park. 3 wins in a second in 4 starts. So he hasn't been out of the money or even worse than second yet. But again, there's that move up in class, and man, I just got burned in the last race by taking a horse moving up in class. I don't really want to do that again. But those are some strong numbers at Belterra. So if I'm not going to bet the 1, the only other horses I didn't cross off are the 4. The 4 was morning line 7-2 and is now 14-1. This horse isn't really getting any money. Has never raced on grass. That's a concern. The horse won its last race here at Belterra at 6 furlongs. The trainer has a poor record, 9% wins in 11 starts, which is 1 win in 11 starts with a horse that won its last time out. He's also moving up in class. Which is funny. He's listed, the 4 is listed as the class horse, 418, but yet he's moving up in class from his last start. The only other one I don't have cross off yet is the 6, Johnny Unleashed. Hot jockey in the last 7 days. Has never raced at Belterra. And is only 2 for 17 at the distance and only 2 for 20 on turf. So I definitely don't like any of that. So I'll cross the 6 off right now. So if I'm betting and I can't bet the 1 at 3-5, I'm only left with the 3 or the 4. And they're both moving up in class. And the 4 has never raced on turf, has never raced at this distance, and has never raced at this track. So that kind of takes the 4 out of it for me. So that means I'm either going to play the 3 or I'm not going to play it at all. Do I really want to play a horse that moves up in class? This is a good trainer moving a horse from dirt to turf, though, 31%. Switching to a high percentage jockey. Jockey's been hot the last 7 days, 4 wins and 3 places out of 13 starts. 4 wins out of 12 on the turf, but none at this distance. But man, that's a hell of a record at Belterra. 3 wins in a second and 4 starts. Yeah, that's tough. I don't want to pass on the last race of this feed, so I'm just gonna say screw it. I'm gonna take a shot on the 3. Bless the kitten. Yeah. Going with the 3. If I get burned by this horse moving up in class, I'm done with taking horses moving up in class. I admittedly forced a few bets here during this 2 hours because I just didn't want to sit here through a 2 hour live stream and not play anything. Because normally I wouldn't play horses moving up in class. But we had to have some action on a 2 hour feed here, so we'll see what happens. Ugh. Fred says Nuggets in 5. Man, I have really, I have really started to just not like the NBA. The NBA just, I don't even know if I'm going to even bet the NBA come next season. I've just, except maybe a one here and one there, but daily, I don't know if I'm gonna. I just can't stand the NBA anymore. It's this load management crap, and you look at the injury report at 8 in the morning, and then by 1, 2 in the afternoon, it looks completely different. Somebody that was listed as probable is now out, or somebody that was doubtful is now in, and it's just the games they play. And nobody wants to. Most teams don't want to play defense anymore. It's run up and down the court and either dunk it or shoot a 3. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of 2023 NBA. So I've been betting it because I did bet this season. Didn't go well for me. So I mean, I'm still gonna probably have at least 1 or 2 bets on the finals here. I'm not on a game. I'm not a series better. So Nuggets in 5. I mean, I can definitely see it, but I mean, Miami just, I don't know. They're a well coached team. Every time you think you can count them out, when they were up 3-0 and then they went down, they went to Boston for game 7. You're thinking, well, they're not going to win now. They lost 3 in a row. If they were going to win this series, they were going to win it before game 7, and then they go out and blow Boston's doors off. So, I mean, I definitely can't count Miami out for sure. You know, Miami's been there before. The Nuggets haven't. Talking recent years. So we shall see. 4-2 Mets. Yeah, no surprise. I sure as hell wouldn't bet the Phillies against Max Scherzer. That's for sure. All right, let's see what happens. Like I said, this hasn't been my day, so I'm not expecting much here, but we'll see what happens. I didn't bet anything in that game 1 tonight, but I'll be surprised if Denver doesn't blow their doors off. I mean, they've had a week of rest, longer than Miami. Yeah, I'm already not liking this one. So he got out decent. He dropped the three horse way back, and now he's going to try to rally in a 5 furlong race. It ain't ever going to work. So yeah, I think the three got third there. Doesn't help me any, but I mean the one was the class of the race. I mean, again, it's another one of those horses where the horse was off for 9 months basically. That's just not a horse. I mean, it was a great jockey trainer combo, and it was listed as a clocker special, meaning that he had a quick workout recently. So those are some that you can't discount, I guess. But at any rate, the horse went off 1 to 5. I can't bet a horse at 1 to 5. That's I have to take a shot with another one. And Bless the Kitten, when I bet it, I think was 9 to 2, went ended 6 to 1. I mean, I'm willing to take a shot on a horse like that. You never know. So yeah, definitely hasn't been my day at the track. I've been on here for over 2 hours now, so I am going to call it an afternoon. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If there's enough interest in this, it's something that I'll probably do. Maybe once a week. It depends. Maybe next time I'll do one in the evening. Try to get some different tracks running at night. We'll see. It just depends all how everything plays out from a scheduling perspective. But uh, it was fun. That wasn't profitable, but it was definitely a fun time here these last 2 hours. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell for notifications so you're notified when I do post a video or when I do go live, so you don't miss out on any of these. But that's it for me today. I do thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys again next time. Have a good day, everyone.